This one gets interesting very quickly. A Reform voter says he feels like he's losing his culture and being pushed out of his own country. But when Natasha Devon starts asking him a simple question, what exactly are you being prevented from doing? The argument starts to unravel. And the more she presses, the harder it becomes to separate what he's personally experiencing from the political messaging he's been hearing. Before we dive into the full story, comment where you're watching from, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, the reason why I voted Reform, and I'm a Reform member now, is because I just want my country back, and I think Reform are going to win, if you want me to say that. The reason why that is because I'm losing my culture, and my child at school is being intimidated by people in the sense of he's losing his identity, it feels like, and we just feel lost in the system.
What is it that you want to do that expresses your culture that you are currently unable to do?
I'm not be able to fly my flags in the garden and things.
You can fly your flag in the garden.
Not really. The council told me to put it down
in your garden.
Because I had two at the back, but the one at the front was quite a big one, and they're saying that's not allowed. I mean, it's not big. I mean, it's bigger than two windows, but
right.
At the end of the day, look, I'm not a racist, but I do because I go get takeaways and that. And I speak to people in the shops. I'm not racist, but at the end of the day, I just feel that we've been pushed out our own people, and it needs Nigel Farage sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Okay, other than I'm really intrigued by this. Other than flying a flag that the council deemed to be inappropriately large, how else do you feel that you are not allowed to express your culture right now?
We're not allowed to, in the sense of we're not allowed to, we just feel like the churches and things are being over by the mosque. We feel that we are actually.
Do you go to church every Sunday?
I do sometimes, but the thing is, at the moment, we just feel that everything is being stopped, pushed around. We can't actually.
But you can go to church, can't you? Because you said that you do go to church sometimes, so you have that option.
But like I said, at the end of the day, I feel with the money even in our pockets, jobs and stuff, benefits are being pushed tightened because of this. They're coming in. He said Nigel Farage said invasion. He used the word invasion.
Yes, he did, and that's very incendiary language. But you know that the majority of people who choose to come to this country, they contribute more than they take out. The majority of people who come here as immigrants work and consistently in studies have been shown to contribute more than they take.
Nigel Farage says that they are taking our jobs, and they are going to, if we keep letting it happen, there's 79 million in this country. We're going to be overrun, and there's going to be no more, even the Conservative white faces left.
Well, I mean, if immigration continues at its current rate, the most liberal projections, so the most exaggerated projections, say that by 2060 there may be 10 million Muslim people who live in this country in a population of almost 80 million. So that's still only 1 in 8 people. There would still be plenty of white Christian faces amongst the 7 in 8.
Right, well, I don't know about that, but I mean, on the TV it sounds like we are being overrun for what he's saying. He's a good talker, he knows what he's talking about in the sense of he's one of us, and he's a normal person, if you know what I mean. He's not like...
Nigel Farage earned £1 million last year alone through second jobs on top of his MP job. Do you think that makes him a normal person?
Well, he didn't go to Eton, did he? He didn't go to Eton like...
No, he went to Durham, which... not Durham. He went to Dulwich College, which is a little bit like Eton, but not quite as posh, but only one echelon down. It's certainly not a bog standard comp.
You wouldn't see Nigel Farage like Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer doesn't seem to be doing anything, does he? To be fair.
I'm not Keir Starmer's biggest fan. But I don't think that Nigel Farage would be better for this country. I think it's very easy for him to promise things. He promised, didn't he, that if we Brexited, immigration would go down, whereas actually it has increased. And it also took us out of the Dublin Convention, which meant that we couldn't send the boats that are coming across the Channel. We did have a reciprocal agreement before Brexit, which meant that we were able to send those boats back to France, but we lost that because of Brexit. So because of something that Nigel Farage was a key architect of, we have seen immigration increase. So that doesn't give me a lot of faith in anything that he says, really.
I mean, you sound a lot smarter than me. I mean, I'm not clever like you, but at the end of the day, I just know that facts is facts, and if somebody's talking away, Farage does, and Lee Evans, not Lee Evans, Lee, what's his name, Lee from Ashfield. He sounds
Lee
like
Anderson.
he's a normal person. It's one of, you know what I mean? He just sounds like somebody who's struggling and somebody that wants to get on the ladder, and everyone else is being, pushed away from other people coming in and stuff. I mean, I'm not going to go at everyone.
No,
but
I know you're not. I think maybe there's a thing about accents here. I mean, I went to state school. I came from a low income family. I feel like as a woman, a working class woman, I've had to work pretty hard to get where I am today. And I really don't have an agenda other than wanting things to be better and more equal for everyone. So all I would ask you, Gary, is just to have a think about some of the things that I have said today.
No, I will do. I mean, again, I can see you're a woman of colour, aren't you? So if Farage did get in, then that could be a problem for you as well, I guess.
What makes this exchange so revealing is how quickly the argument moves from "I'm losing my culture" to a much harder question: what are you actually being prevented from doing? And that's where I think people need to slow down and separate political messaging from reality. Nigel Farage presents himself as an ordinary voice for ordinary people, but his own wealth, media career, and political position are worth examining before anyone simply accepts that image. That doesn't mean every reform voter is wrong or that every concern about immigration is illegitimate. It means voters deserve to look beyond slogans like "take our country back" and ask what policies would actually improve their lives. The same principle applies across the political spectrum. Don't just listen to Trump, Farage, Starmer, or anyone else because they sound relatable. Check the record, check the evidence, check who actually benefits. Because ultimately, political loyalty shouldn't replace doing your own research. So what do you think? Did this caller have legitimate concerns, or did Natasha expose a weakness in his argument? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more political commentary.